This is Jeana, just getting set up for a question and answer session on Sculplla and the TMP, and I'm just waiting a little bit for my fans to join in. Just giving them a little time. I know that this is just the third YouTube live. We've been doing all our lives over on Instagram, and we're starting to have some fun and just kind of shifting a bit over here onto YouTube. I did our first YouTube live was on the Sculplla eye cream, and that Sculplla eye cream is fantastic. We'll probably touch a little bit on that again today. The second live we did last week was on prepping your skin for the Sculplla routine. You really need to prep your skin properly in order to get the full benefits of the Sculplla products. And so we went over that in the last video. If you missed it, go back and tune in and you'll get to learn more about that. I will have a new video coming out probably at the end of the week, beginning of next week, and it takes Sculplla from beginning to end. I'm going to start with a bare face, and you'll see all the steps you do all the way through to get the maximum results from your Sculplla and your TMP. Today I'm really excited. I want to show you what to do to, once you've cleansed your skin, what do you do next in order to use the Sculplla routine? So I know a lot of you have reached out to me and you've wanted to use different serums that you already really like to incorporate into your routine. Maybe you have a vitamin C serum, or maybe you have a retinol serum that you want to incorporate. And as we've told you in the past, you can do that as long as it does not contain any dimethicones or oils, nothing occlusive or heavy. You can do that with the Kavipla. You can put them on under your Kavipla, but as you know, Kavipla has a really nice oxygenating mechanism that drives the PLLA into the skin. So you don't want to use anything that's going to mess up that delivery system. And not all serums, even if they don't contain the dimethicone or they don't contain oil, sometimes they still interfere and you don't get much of a foam when you're using your Kavipla. So a sister company to Sculplla is called Dr. Este, and they came out with 4 fabulous serums that really interact beautifully with the Kavipla. So I'm going to show you those today so that maybe you can choose from one of those and you will see you'll get better results with your Kavipla and Sculplla. So let's see, the first one I want to show you today is the Adreline. This is our Adreline bottle. Now Adreline has in it the blue chamomile, it has some green tea in it, and it has Sculplla in it. All of these ingredients are put in here to really calm redness, calm rosacea, cure or calm acne. So it treats acne, rosacea, or over oiliness. If your skin produces too much oil, this serum is for you because the Sculplla is excellent for balancing out that sebum production. So this is a really nice hydrating serum with those great benefits. I'll show you what it looks like. It just comes out nice. It's a nice, smooth, silky consistency on the skin. Now, let me show you, all of these bottles are fantastic. How many times have you knocked over a bottle like this and spilled your serum all over the bathroom counter, and then you're trying to scoop it back into the bottle? Well, this bottle will not pour out. It'll come out very slowly. You can just see a little bit of a drop starting to form there, but it has a nice stopper in the top that prevents that crazy spilling all over your counter. So that's Adreline. That's what you're going to go for if you're in that category of acne and rosacea or overly oily and you need to balance that oil production. The next one is called Heil. This is probably our top selling one. This the Heil is amazing because it has a rosewater combination with 6 types of hyaluronic acid. So it's 6 weights. So this is probably our most luxurious feel. It has a thicker of a texture. This is probably the nicest hyaluronic serum that you can get on the market. It feels amazing on the skin. Now, we used to always sell the Lemieux hyaluronic serum to everybody. It was the best. Well, then this one came along. So this is a fast contender. This also has some ampules of goat milk in it. So it's also very calming to the and soothing to the skin. So this is your healing, hydrating, and smoothing serum right there. And that's called Heil. Now the other one, let's grab here. Oh, here we go. Vitamin C Radiance. The Vitamin C Radiance is lemon water, vitamin C. It is just the best. It's got, sorry, my brain went blank, alpha melite in it. So the alpha melite is excellent for stopping melanin production. So this serum is all about balancing out hormone, it is hormones because it's the melanin production, but it's all about balancing out the pigmentation in the skin so that you're not having dark areas, melasma, things like that. This really helps. It also has some goat milk in it, so it's soothing, because anybody who has melasma or dark pigmentation, your skin is depleted and wants more protection. So you need that soothing and feeding ingredient. It also has niacinamide in it. Now, niacinamide, some people, I've heard some controversy online that some people think that niacinamide will make your skin turn pink or that it will flash. I have to tell you that that's if you take niacinamide. If you take it orally, you will turn bright pink. If you just put it on the surface of your skin, it will not make you turn pink. So the vitamin C serum is lovely. I probably use this one the most often because I tend to get these dark spots on my cheeks and on the sides of my neck. And so I'm always working on, you know, lightening that up and keeping that area of my skin really healthy and non-reactive. Okay, and so here's the other fun one, and this is Celine's very favorite. It's called MGF. This is 88% snail secretion extract. So it's got all those great naturally occurring ingredients in it. It's got the allantoin in it. It has naturally occurring glycolic acid, naturally occurring retinol in it. It also has the goat milk in it, so it's really soothing and reduces redness in the skin. It really locks in moisture and really repairs your barrier. So those people who want to be using an acid serum or want to be using retinol with your Kavipla and Sculplla, this is the product for you to grab because it has a naturally occurring retinol in it. And this has a really nice texture as well. You can see how it stands up on my hand. A lot of these kind of serums with hyaluronic and that in them, they just kind of go on like water. These do not. These have such a really nice silky texture to them. So I've got a nice bit of mix of all of these serums on my hand right now. I'm going to add a pump of the Kavipla to it so you can see this and see how it'll just foam up beautifully. I need a little more Kavipla on there. Of course, Kavipla never wants to foam up when you are demonstrating, but it will. Here we go. I've done a bunch of videos on this over the last week and it's foamed up beautifully every time except for this time. You can see just a little bit of foam right here. And it's probably just because I put so many of those serums on at once. So on this hand, let's do the other hand so I don't look too foolish. Let's put on our Heil. And you don't have to rub it in all the way. Just work it in a little bit, pat it around. Add on your Kavipla. And the other thing that could be, oh, there it goes. Yay! We did it. We got the nice foam going. So that is the foam that you want to see when you do your Kavipla. So you want to have serums that don't interfere with this process. Once you see this foam, I've had some clients think that once you see this foam, you just stop and you don't keep rubbing it in. That's not true. You've got to massage that foam into the skin. So keep gently massaging and working it in until that foam completely disappears into the skin. So now here is the next step. and that a lot of people don't know about. After you've put on your Kavipla, your next step twice a week is your Time Master Pro. We use the Time Master Pro for that plumping. It is designed to go with the Sculplla system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on. The little button up top turns it on. You have to hold it down until it turns on. And then that will also adjust the strength. So there's 4 strengths, you know, lightest, medium, and up to highest. And then in the big button on the bottom here, that changes your colors. So you've got multicolor, then you've got multi-flashing, which is your strongest. And then you've got red, which is for inflammation, if you have any redness or swelling. It's anti-aging. And then you've got blue, which is for balancing oil production and killing bacteria. And then you have green, which is for hyperpigmentation. So I'm going to leave it on green for today. I'm always working on hyperpigmentation. Then you grab your Promoter Collagen Gel. This comes with your Time Master Pro. And the way I use this is I put the gel directly onto my device. See, I've got a nice swirl of it on there. And then I go ahead and work it into the skin. You can use, I'm going to turn it up on high since I'm doing my hand. My hand's not as sensitive. You can do this device anywhere that you have thinning skin. So the back of the hands is very popular, the chest is very popular, and of course the face, the lips, lifting the cheeks. In my long video, you will get to see me do this all over the face, and I'll show you more how I do that there. But today I just wanted to show you your basic steps. So you've finished. I'm going to turn it off by holding the button down. This stays on for 5 minutes. You can do treatment for 10 minutes with this twice a week. So if you want to do the full 10 minutes, you just start it over again and do another 5 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to cleanse using that double cleanse method that I showed you. Then you're going to choose one of those Dr. Estee serums, put on your Kavipla, work in the foam, and then you're going to do your TMP with your collagen gel. Once you're done, you do not have to rinse off this collagen gel. You can actually just take a cloth. I'm going to take a dry Lush cloth, and I'm just removing what's left over on the surface of my skin. My cloth does not even need to be wet. It's just a nice dry cloth. I use that to remove what's left over, and then I grab, and also this, oh yay, somebody left a comment and I can see where I can see, I can't see comments, thank you. Could I use Kavipla just when I use TMP and get a result? Yes, but no, I mean, not just twice a week. Kavipla needs to be used on a daily basis, at least once a day, because remember with Kavipla, it's got that polylactic acid in it, and that is going in through the pores, in through the hair follicle, and then lifting that follicle up, lifting the skin up. So if you're only doing it twice a week, you're not building enough cushion in there to really see the difference. Yes, you can put the TMP on your lips, always. I do extra times on my lips, over and over on my lips. So yes, you can. But Kavipla, yeah, Kavipla needs to be a daily. Some people do the system twice a day, but at a minimum, you want to do it in the morning as your morning routine because you want to build up that layer of polylactic in the skin. So the next thing after Kavipla, this is designed to go with your Kavipla, and this is the Promoter Cell Cream. A lot of times people want to save money, so they want to just use this cream or just use Kavipla. I have to tell you, just save up your money, buy them both. These two products are designed to be used together, and you will not get the results if you're not using both of them. So let me show you what this looks like. It looks like, I love this stuff. It doesn't take very much of this, so this will last you a long time. Rub it in your fingers and then look at that. It's like spider webs. That is really contributing to the firmness of your skin, and it also works in through the Kavipla and really smooths it out so that you don't have any sticky residue or any thickness. It really, the two They're just designed to go together, even though they were released at different times as Sculplla has created this system. They designed it all to go together. So you have to try using them both. Kavipla is often described as going into the skin. Oh, the message left before I could finish reading it. Oh, is there a way to see it again? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I missed that message. It was too fast for me. Something about Kavipla. You can leave it again if you want. Something about Kavipla going into the skin, and then maybe we're going to say that the barrier, the promoter repair cell cream does something else. I don't know. Anyway, once you've put that on, I gotta be quick. Yes, Kavipla goes into the hair follicles. It's the polylactic acid that goes into the follicles. A previous person, I think, was asking me that they just had surgery and they were using the Neogenesis recovery and they were wondering if they could also use Kavipla. Reach out to our live chat. Reach out to our live chat. They will help you with that. It just kind of depends on what stage you are in the recovery of from the surgery that you've had. Definitely reach out. Live chat will help you with that and make sure that we give you the best advice, because it's hard to say with just a quick question like that. So the next step, we put on our cell repair cream. Now the next step is beautiful. I love it. So the next step is getting out your Sculplla sun cushion. Sun cushion has it's a combination of lightweight makeup and sunscreen all in one, and it has the most beautiful natural finish that you can imagine. So the way to open it is you push the little button on the side. Voila. 2 months post. Can use the TMP to help reduce swelling. No, TMP is not what you need. What you need is the LightStim. Go ahead and talk to our AOS Live over at artofskincare.com. What you need is the LightStim in the red. So LightStim for wrinkles. You will see your swelling go down really fast, and you're going to really speed up the healing of the skin. Absolutely, you need to be using your Neogenesis recovery, and you need to be using the LightStim for wrinkles. Okay, so here's our Sculplla. Here's their cushion on the top on this little shelf. It opens up, boom, and there's your product in there. And it's, okay, you could use Time Master Pro and the LightStim. You use the Time Master Pro. Yes, I do use I use the LightStim every single night. That is something that it will reduce the inflammation immediately, but those great anti-aging effects around the eyes and the lines around the lips, those start at 8 weeks, and you have to use it at least 5 times a week. So your LightStim becomes a natural part of your daily life. I keep it next to my bed, and I keep my night cream next to my bed. So I use my LightStim every night, and then I reach over and I grab my night cream, put it on, and then I go to sleep. And while I'm doing the LightStim, I'm reading or listening to a book on Audible or chatting about the news with my husband. And then the TMP, that's something you use in the morning, and you only use it twice a week. Okay, so here we go. Back to sun cushion. You load up your little cushion, and let's see, we've been doing my hand, so let's do my hand with that. So I've got my hand there, and then you press on the light cushion. See how it kind of looks light or maybe a little bit powdery? That is so you can see if you've missed anywhere. So I put this on all over my face, and then I go back and I get more, and I put extra right on here where I have my dark pigmentation where it needs extra protection. So you're gonna put, and this is all that I have on today. I have no foundation on. What would you recommend? The LightStim. I think you were asking about maybe a product I don't know a lot about and comparing it to a LightStim. I'm 100% LightStim. I have used other LED devices. I have a Sculplla. I have some of the just top of the line LED devices that are professional strength. And I have to tell you, I get the best results with a LightStim. Part of the reason is some of those, like the Sculplla panels, you are not putting them right on your skin. Unless they are right on the skin, you're not getting the maximum result from the LED. With your LightStim device, you are holding it and it's timed. You're holding it 3 minutes on one spot, and then it beeps and you move to another spot for 3 minutes, and it is powerful. So back to sun cushion. You can see kind of where it is and where it isn't, and that's so you don't miss spots. I wanted to tell you that that's all I have on my face today other than some blush. Okay, I'm sorry. So the Omnilux sits on the face. I know nothing about it. I haven't used it, so I can't really give you a good comparison. You could reach out to Jason on our live chat, and he will do the research for you. He'll see which one has the correct amount of diodes and all of that stuff. He's our techie on that end, and he's fabulous. So just reach out to Jason, and he'll help you to know the difference. So I am going to go ahead and finish up here. I've got my sun cushion on, which is really like my foundation as well as my sunscreen. Leaves your skin really glowy and beautiful. And okay, here's a good question. The TMP, and if you have some implants, metal implants with your dental and stuff like that. So what I recommend you do is, what my clients do is they put their tongue, like if you have an implant on this side, put your tongue over that spot while you are running your device on that area. And my clients have not had a problem if they do that. If you've got an implant on here, stick your tongue there, and that protects you from any vibration or feeling of discomfort in your implant. So once you put on your sun cushion, then I put on my blush, a little bit of lipstick, a little mascara, and that's when I grab this product. This is a stem cell mist. Now, this was the first product they released for retail. So a lot of people thought this should go on first, and they get confused about it. This product goes on last. It's got a lot of polylactic acid in it, but it's designed so that it goes on after your makeup and everything, and it actually penetrates through your makeup to your skin, and it gives you the most glowing finish you could ever want from any makeup. And they want you to be using this, they say 5 to 7 times a day. I have to be honest, I've never applied this 7 times, and probably not even 5 times a day, but I have used it 2 or 3 times per day. So the way I do that is I just put on my makeup, I spritz. I have one at home and I have one on my desk at work, and that way I can touch up with this. It will not mess up your makeup. It just gives you back that really fresh, beautiful glow that you start with in the morning. So that's when you use your stem cell mist. Now, I've had some questions on how to keep your Time Master Pro clean. You cannot use alcohol on this device. I use a clean, damp cloth and wipe it off. This is not a damp cloth, but I'm going to wipe it off with this. Normally it would be a clean, damp cloth to wipe it off, and then I put it into my bag. I'm looking around here for my bag, and I don't have it right now, but I have a sterilizing bag, and it's on our website. It's from My Skin Buddy. You put your device in the My Skin Buddy bag, and you turn it on, and it completely sterilizes your device. I also use that bag to sanitize my, put my glasses on so I can see messages. Thank you. What can you disinfect in TMP between people other than the Skin Buddy UV bag? Yeah, because it's a delicate device, you cannot use those strong disinfecting tools that you would normally use. Can this ultrasound the TB similar to physiotherapy? No. Okay, so if you're a professional esthetician and you need help with that question of how to sanitize it in between, reach out to AO Med and they will tell you what to use if you're using the Time Master Pro for several clients in a day, and they will tell you how to get that sanitized. Here at Artist Skincare, we each have our own, and we're not sanitizing between other clients at this time. So then the other questions we had in here. So if you wanted something for healing, like you said mesotherapy or something like that. So we have microcurrent device with Claire Blend Mini. That is going to help detox the skin and also get, can you, okay. Oh, there you go. Celine went and did the research for you. She was quick. Cavi wipes. Yeah, we have those. That's what we use in our treatment room. Cavi wipes. Okay, cavi wipes, cleaning. Is that all of our, kind of all of our questions? I think there might have been a few other questions that popped up in there that I might have missed. If you can pop it back up here now, or you can send those over to AOS Live. We are staffed with all estheticians over there, and they are super helpful. Oh, thank you. Yes, I knew there was a question I had missed. Ultrasound gel. So TMP can be used with any gel. So you could use it with the Lemieux O2 gel. You can use it with Neogenesis Glide. Yeah, I don't know about the TMP and that healing. Reach out to, and physiotherapy, reach out to Artist Skincare Live. Reach out to Jason. He'll be able to answer that question for you on AOS Live. But back to ultrasound. You can tell I'm a little ADD. Every time a question pops up, I'm all over the place here. And these are a little different than on Instagram, because in Instagram I can slide through and keep looking and look back. Here they pop up for a few seconds and then they're gone. Oh, swipe the screen up to get the question. Oh, thank you. I'm back. Sorry about that. I tried doing what someone said of swipe the question up. I'm not going to do that again, because then I lost you guys. Sorry. So you can use the O2 calming gel. You can use Neogenesis Glide. You can use any kind of that water-based gel with your TMP. Now, if you were wanting to use any other kind of serums underneath it, I do know the Dr. Estee serums work really well under it, and Kavipla work well under it. I would not use an acid serum with your TMP. That would really irritate the skin. Or a retinol serum. I would not use that with the TMP. Pretty much I'd stick to those water-based nourishing serums that have multivitamins or growth factors, antioxidants, things like that in them. Great, I'm glad Celine's piped in there and you guys are getting some help from Celine. Okay, so do we have any other questions regarding Sculplla, TMP? No, the TMP is not going to reduce swelling or help wound healing. TMP should be used only after the skin is 100% healed from any kind of a wound. For wound healing, that's where we talked about the LightStim. That's your go-to for wound healing. Yeah. And you've got Celine. She's at hello@artistskincare.com. Yeah, and Celine's saying it's not been tested for wound healing and we can't claim a benefit for it. And quite honestly, it would feel bad on a wound. Yes, and the LightStim is tested and cleared by the FDA for that. Does not cause any pain. It feels wonderful. TMP, if you've used it on yourself, you would know you would never want to put it on a wound. It is active. It feels like a vibration on the skin. And while, you know, it's, yes, there's another email for Celine right there. If you want to reach right out to her, celine@artofskincare.com. But no, the TMP, that's a no for wounds. That just wouldn't feel right. It has this vibration to it that's kind of a sucky vibration feeling. So, broken capillaries, this is not going to hurt your capillaries, so that'll be fine. You don't have to worry about about that. Okay, I see. I know ultrasound is used, but this is not that kind of ultrasound device. Yeah, it's just not the same. And you would know if you use this and you use an ultrasound device, this feels very different from an ultrasound device. Okay, so for LED lights and LightStim, the way to know which color is best for you is generally the blue light. And in LightStim, the blue light has some red in it, which is unique and wonderful. Blue light is antibacterial, and it also balances out oil production. So it's really going to help with acne. It also has a little bit, oh, somebody wasted their money on the TMP because it doesn't do physiotherapy. It didn't waste your money. TMP is amazing for plumping the skin and increasing collagen. It's just not that kind of ultrasound device that they use for injuries and stuff like that. So the blue light is for acne is fabulous because it has blue with a little bit of red in it. So it's going to be antibacterial, it's going to balance the oil, and then that red in there is going to take down the inflammation and really speed up the healing. Yes, red does help with healing. I'm watching you guys talk back and forth with the team. I think that I must have gotten some questions mixed up in here as well. Does the TMP affect the facial muscles? I feel twitching. So yes, when you're using your TMP, you are going to feel some facial muscle twitching. It's just the electricity bouncing back off the bone, and it causes a little bit of that muscle twitching. It is not the same as when you do a microcurrent device, which is strengthening the muscle and causing small muscle contractions. It's not the same at all, but you do feel some muscle twitching with the Time Master Pro, and it's just because that electrical vibration is going in and hitting on bone, and then it causes that little muscle to spasm a little bit. So that answers that. And now I think I got the question about the LED lights and the LightStim and the TMP mixed up. So I wasn't sure. I thought somebody was asking about the LightStim and the LED colors, but let's go over, since this is mainly on Sculplla, let's go over the TMP and the light colors and what they do. So I'm going to turn this on. The first one that comes on is a rainbow of colors. That's a mixture of colors, so it addresses all the spectrum of the LED lights. The next one is flashing, and when it's flashing, it's penetrating more deeply. So that would be your strongest LED setting. I'm gonna, yes, red is the right color for healing. So here we got the flashing. Okay, so I don't know. This is so hard, the way these questions come in on here. So the question is the LightStim versus LED. So LightStim is an LED device, but there's also LED on the TMP. So let me just give you a quick rundown of what different colors of LED do. So an LED, when it's rainbow colors, flashing different colors. It's going to do a variety of things. It's going to hit all those spectrums. Then we have red. Red is for healing. Red is what you do after surgery. Red is anti-aging. And over prolonged use, 100% of the people see a reduction in the lines on their face and lines around the mouth, eyes, and that kind of thing. So, and red is hugely anti-inflammatory. The blue light is antibacterial and antifungal. And the blue light is going to also balance out oil production. So it's going to help kill bacteria that lead to acne, the P. acnes, and it's also going to balance your oil so that you're not greasy if you tend to be an overproducer of oil. The green light is going to go after hyperpigmentation. So the green light's going to go after hyperpigmentation. Now here's the problem. You do have the TMP with LED in it, but the LED is only used for a total of 10 minutes twice a week because you can only use the TMP twice a week. LED therapy at a deeper level needs to be used 5 days a week. 7 is even better. So you can see that there's a need there. The TMP is great. Yes, it has your LED, but it is not that deep healing LED device because the LED device needs to be used 5 times per week. Not 5 times a day, I hope I didn't say that. 5 times a week or 7 times a week is even better. So you can see where there's that kind of conflict going on there in some minds probably today, is that the TMP is a whole new deal with this incredible ultrasonic vibration, ultrasound, and LED. But LED, if you want to do real LED light therapy and have that deep healing process go on, that's when you need a LightStim, or you need a device that is specifically designed just to be LED. I hope that answers your question. Now, if you've had jaw surgery, TMP is not going to feel comfortable on that for a while because those little muscles are twitching and everything in there. The LightStim device is called LightStim. You can Google it on my website. It's LightStim. And that's why we're calling it the LightStim device, because it's a LightStim LED device. We got off track today. We meant to be all on Sculplla, and then we brought in that LightStim, and that's okay. It helps to educate you on, what tool is going to be best for the problem that you're having and what you want to address. So we have microcurrent devices. Microcurrent devices, I think somebody earlier mentioned a different microcurrent device. We have the Blend Mini, and a microcurrent device is a device that actually exercises those muscles to firm the skin and keep those muscles taut. Now, the TMP, even though it makes the muscle twitching, it is not about strengthening the muscles. TMP is about plumping with collagen, increasing your collagen layer. So if you imagine a balloon with no air in it, it's all saggy and, not firm. When you fill it up with air, imagine filling it up with collagen, it firms, but that's because it's being lifted up and your skin is being filled up with that collagen. So that's why it's firming. It's 2 different types of firming. Blend Minis, muscle firming. TMP's, collagen induction. Okay? Then the LightStim. The LightStim is a real deep healing using just LED light therapy. And they all work beautifully together, but they're each different. And so, anyone, one of my estheticians over on Art of Skincare Live can actually help you figure out which one is best for you. What about people who are tan or darker skin? Yes, you can use the Time Master Pro or the LightStim both with any Fitzpatrick color, and you won't have a problem with it. Now, Anybody who is super hypersensitive to hyperpigmentation from any kind of warmth or heat, sometimes they have trouble with the red LED and if it warms up. But that's just people who are super sensitive. Most people, probably 99% of people, can use red LED without any problems with hyperpigmentation. Yes, the TMP is expensive. Let me tell you how I justify it, and many of my clients justify it, is that if you consider the cost of going to the plastic surgeon and having collagen or having fillers put into your cheeks or around your lips, that would cost a lot more than the TMP. Now, you're not going to get the same results with the TMP that you would get by going in and having injections, but you still get a beautiful result that if you can, really embrace your aging and be okay with some lines and some loss of firmness as we age, which is just natural. Eventually, we're all going to become beautiful little apple dolls. And I've seen some really beautiful older women with deep lines on their face, and I find their faces so interesting that that the TMP, just helps with that kind of thing without having to have those injections, and so that actually makes it a bit more affordable for people. No, it does not melt fat. This is not a fat melting device. And there was another question I missed in there. You can pop it back up again if you feel the need to. But no, this does not melt fat. Not in the lightest. It is a good question. I haven't found anything to melt fat yet. I do have a new device coming for, yeah, good job. No injections for you. Me either. Would it melt filler? No, it doesn't melt filler. It won't melt filler. What you have to be careful of with your filler is if you're doing microcurrent where you're moving the tools around, that's when you could move that filler potentially, so you need to talk to your doctor about that. I don't know about, it will not disrupt Botox. Just wait a few days after you get your Botox before you use it. It won't be a problem with that at all. Does the TMP take the place of the LED mask? No, it does not. An LED mask is deep LED light therapy, and that's not what TMP is. RF get too hot, can't use around certain areas, So yes, RF is cool. It's really cool, but it makes the tissues swell. IPL2 also will make the tissues swell. And so it looks, so you feel like it's really done something because your tissues have all swollen up, so you look like you're full of more collagen, but it's really inflammation. And so when that inflammation goes away, your skin is going to sag, and maybe even more than it did beforehand, simply because anytime you cause inflammation, you are causing aging. Inflammation is one of the biggest causes of aging, along with the sun. And so any device that's increasing that inflammation is going to be ultimately worse for the skin. That's the problem with fillers as well. Fillers cause a lot of inflammation, and you can actually, once you commit to something like that, you're kind of stuck with it, and the longer you're doing it, the worse it kind of gets. The results don't keep being as good as they were at first, because that skin just kind of starts getting broken down and not happy. Some of these questions, they come up and I'm not sure what they're about, and I know Celine and Jason are on there too, and I know that they're jumping in and answering your questions and comments, so we make sure that we get everyone's questions answered. So A gua sha that vibrates. I don't know. I haven't tried that. I love gua sha. I've actually been experimenting with gua sha because I've actually been doing it before it all became popular. We've been doing gua sha for probably 10 years at Art of Skincare, and we use, oh, the RF equal garbage. I would just use it cautiously. I know I had an RF device too, and I really liked it. It was hard for me to let go of it, but I buried it in the back of my drawer so that I don't see it and use it. But yeah, RF's not so good, unfortunately. It was super cool. Okay, but, okay, my ADD, oh my goodness. I'm keeping all this in my head. What was the other question I was answering before that RF came up again? So pop up your question again. I'll get it. This is good. This looks like Celine got one. Oh, gua sha. Thank you, Sherry. Gua sha. So yeah, we've been doing it for 10 years, and I've actually been experimenting with some different kinds of gua sha tools over this last year because there's so many on the market now. So I've found some really fun gua sha tools that I'm going to be doing some lessons on and teaching everyone how to use next week. And it's using a device or ceramic stones that have far infrared vibration to them, and so they work really beautifully for detoxing the skin. So I have a system that uses a bigger gua sha tool and a smaller, and you use them both on the face as well as the body, and even for the legs and the thighs for cellulite and stuff like that. So we'll start playing with that next week, and I'll start showing you more of what I do with gua sha. I wanted to say that I do have another device that I've been testing out over the last year, and it's a body device, and it is the RF device, radio frequency, but it's just for the thighs and for cellulite. And so I feel more comfortable using it in that area than on the face. So I will definitely let you know how those tests go and how I like that. If I see great results with it, I will be offering it in the spring. Well, I guess it's almost spring now, so I need to get on it with that device. Check it out. I'm kind of deviced out right now. We have so many devices that even though I have this great device for cellulite, I'm kind of hesitant to bring it on because I don't want to cause more confusion, and the great devices we have right now are offering such great results. Okay, you have a handheld LED. It sits under your nightstand. That's where mine sits too, but you have to use it. Pull it out of there and use it. Are you using it? Use it every night before you go to sleep. Hawk your car. I know, right? Hey, I'm turning, what is the date? On the 29th, I'm turning 58. I can't believe that. It just seems so strange. It really hits home when, when your daughters start hitting 35. I go, wow, 58. That's almost 60. I might start saying that I'm 60 ahead of time just so I can get my head used to the idea. Oh, dang, I thought she was 55. I was 55 forever, but now I'm going to be 58. Thank you for the cheek compliment, Sherry. We do have, I think it's a firm that has some kind of afterpay, or same kind of thing as afterpay, so you can do those with your TMP purchase. Is my skin the result of the TMP? Sherry 61. So I find the TMP very helpful, but I have to say I'm a quarter Japanese, and I think that's where my cheeks come from. It's kind of genetics. My kids, when they're little, have really round faces. Yes, there's Jason said we have a firm. So I think my cheeks are some genetics combined with being maybe, 10 pounds overweight. That helps. But most of all, it's taking really good care of your skin. I've been really into skin from the time I was in college when I was about 20, 21, and first started in the makeup industry, skincare industry. I was working for Macy's and I was working at the counters, and that's what I did to work my way through college. Is I sold cosmetics and makeup, and that's where I found originally my passion of working with women and skin. And then when my kids got into high school, I went to school and became an esthetician, and then I started taking really great care of my skin at that time, and that was in my 40s. And I can remember one time, when your kids are young and you're on a budget, and you don't always buy yourself the best things, you're buying them everything that's great. But I remember running out of my skincare one time and picking up some oil of Olay probably at Winco grocery shopping. And after a few weeks of that, or maybe a month, my husband said to me that, honey, you need to go get some of those nice creams or something. He noticed that my skin did not look as good. So the quality of the skincare that you use really does make a difference. I remember he took me down to the place where I like to buy my good. At that time, I think I was using Derm something, I don't know. And he took me down to the local beauty shop and he bought me all my skincare. It was just so sweet that he did that. So from that time on, I've always been a lot more diligent about using better skincare. And then when I went to aesthetic school and then opened my own spa, Dermalogica, that's what it was. Thank you. I was using Dermalogica for a long time before I started Art of Skincare. And when I started Art of Skincare, I wanted to have all natural. I wanted to just have the most natural spa with the most natural ingredients. But I started getting all these different brands in and testing them because I knew, well, I have to test these. I have to know that they really provide results. And I was so disappointed because all those natural, great Hungarian products and everything, your skin might look good for a week or two, but then it would start to sag and it lose its glow. And I'd be like, why? What's going on? And then I had somebody recommend that, another esthetician recommended I try Rhonda Allison. So that was the first line that I actually brought in, was Rhonda Allison. And within 2 weeks of using anything from Rhonda Allison, your skin looks great. Within 6 months of people using Rhonda Allison, they were like, oh, why haven't I been using this all my life? And so that's really changed the whole flavor of what we do at Art of Skincare. It's not natural, although we do try to keep all the toxic out. But what we look for are the products and brands that actually change and improve the texture and the health of your skin. And we test everything that we have our Art of Skincare, whether it's 3 months or a year of testing. We will do that until we are really satisfied before we bring in a product line and share it with our clients. Because I've always been one of those estheticians that I have to see the results. Even with one facial, I have to see results or I'm not happy with it. So that's kind of the story of how Art of Skincare got going and how we chose these great brands and products that we sell now. Okay, we've been on live for almost an hour. This is so awesome. I'm going to say goodbye. If there's any last minute questions before we sign off, pop them up here. I'm going to give you a minute or two, and then we're going to sign off and wish you have a wonderful day. That's all I want, to see the change. Yes, that's what I want for all my clients. I want a smoother texture. I want a beautiful glowing skin, a translucence, so that even if I am an apple doll, because I'm going to be excited to be an apple doll, and even if I'm an apple doll, it's still going to be radiant and beautiful. Fun to see. Rhonda Allison, yes, that's our first brand we brought in. You can see it on our website. It's a complicated brand, so you can reach out to our helpers. Oops, I missed that. There was another question. Oh, who sworn since I was 16. Yes, so this person who's been wearing sunscreen all their life, you're welcome, and thank you for the early birthday wish. So yes, reach out to us. If you're hoping the TMP is going to do that plumping or something you need, reach out to us on live chat. Let us check over your protocol. Let us make sure that you're hitting all the bases that you need to hit, because there's no one serum, there's no one tool that's going to make your skin plump and beautiful and healthy. Sometimes it's not even a tool you need. Maybe there's just something missing in one of the steps or one of the products that you're using. So reach out to us. We do consultations, email consultations for aging or for acne, or anyone on our live chat team can definitely help you to figure out what's that product or what that ingredient, what's that step that you need to do to take your skin to that next level, because it's not the same for everyone. So, but you can't go wrong with a Sculplla routine. It builds and builds and builds. Each product builds on each other. The TMP is just part of that whole system that's really beautiful. Yeah, Jessica, that's beautiful. Recovery, Kavipla, Sculplla Mist. Yeah, use the promoter repair cream in there before your Sculplla mist, and use your sun cushion before the mist, and then you're all set. So check out the video that's going to come out in the next week or so that's going to go from beginning to end, my full Sculplla routine, and you'll just love it. You mentioned the pair. Yes, the pair that must go together. Kavipla and the promoter repair cell cream. These two, they're partners. They have to go together. Now, if you want, that's a good place to start. Start with those two, and then when you can, add in one of the ampules, right? And then add in your sun cushion for your sun protection, because we know that aging, collagen loss is caused by the sun. When you're out in the sun, it triggers an enzyme in your skin so that your own body digests away its collagen. Oh, why does it do that? So use your protection. Yes, on the neck, the chest, my face starts up here and it ends down here somewhere. All of this around the back of the neck. The back of the neck contributes to lifting and firming the neck. And go back and watch the video before this on cleansing, because cleansing is 60% of healthy aging. So super important for detoxification, for firming, for your products to be able to penetrate. You've got to cleanse your skin right. So I just can't hit that hard enough. I've been doing it, repeating it over and over on Instagram. I've been showing everyone these different cleansing techniques. So your skin will be plump and juicy and beautiful with you just using the cleansing routine that I showed you. Then when you top it off with all these other products, that's just the creme de la creme. All right, everyone. It's almost exactly an hour. Thank you so much for tuning in and your patience and all of your questions. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a wonderful afternoon, and you are welcome.